Well, in our previous videos, we discussed about Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, and with the help of which we derived the formula for the orbital radius of the electron in hydrogen-like atom and also in hydrogen atom. And we calculated that the orbital radius of first Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom is 0.53 angstrom. And also we evaluated that the radius of electron in other Bohr orbits of hydrogen atom would be 0.53 angstrom into n square, where n is the principal quantum number or n represents the orbit number. And for other hydrogen-like atoms, we evaluated that the radius of Bohr's orbit would be 0.53 angstrom into n square by z, where z is the atomic number of that hydrogen-like atom. So this was what we evaluated. Now it is time to evaluate or to find an expression for orbital velocity of the electron. So let us now consider an electron. We will assume an electron orbiting the nucleus in a stationary orbit. So ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ನ ಸುತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸುತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮಗಾಗಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ the permitted orbit for the electron in which the electron's energy remains constant, or the electron will not radiate any energy. So when electron revolves around the nucleus in such an orbit, Bohr says that angular momentum of electron should be integer multiple of h by 2 pi. This is one of Bohr's postulates, and this condition is called Bohr's quantum condition. That is, in mathematical form you can write mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, where m stands for the mass of electron, r stands for orbital radius, v stands for orbital velocity of electron, h stands for Planck's constant. This is what we know already. But we have derived that radius of the electron orbit is given by epsilon naught m square h square by pi m z e square. So you now get derived in our previous video. Therefore, if you substitute for R here in this equation, what would we get? We would get mv as it is. R should be substituted as epsilon naught n square h square by pi mz e square is equal to nh by 2 pi RHS as it is. Now m cancels with m. We are now in search of an expression for orbital velocity. Therefore, I retain v here. The rest of the factors will be cross multiplied with nh by 2 pi. That means pi z e square. If numerator multiply agate, epsilon naught n square h square denominator ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Now in this pi cancels with pi, 1 nh cancels with 1 nh. What am I left with? I am left with z e square in the numerator, 2 epsilon naught nh in the denominator, which gives you the expression for orbital velocity of electron. Electron orbital velocity v is equal to z e square by 2 epsilon naught nh. So particularly for hydrogen atom, particularly hydrogen atom other atomic number means z is 1. If you substitute z as 1, then you get v is equal to e square by 2 epsilon naught nh. This is the orbital velocity for the electron in Bohr's orbit of hydrogen atom. Underline that. Hydrogen. You underline hydrogen. So hydrogen atom. So now you can make some notes. And these notes will be remembered as constants. It is better you have this. So you know, for hydrogen atom, you should take Z as 1 because its atomic number is 1. For first Bohr's orbit, the principal quantum, that is n is 1. So n1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ z and n ಎರಡು 1 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ what I get is v equal to z is 1 is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. You are very familiar with that constant, which is a charge on an electron. 2 as it is. Epsilon naught is also very familiar to you. 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. N should be taken as 1. First orbit n is taken as 1. You are very familiar with Planck's constant. Very familiar. Now if you evaluate this, you will get approximately, even not if exactly, approximately you will get V as 2.18 into 10 power 6 meter per second. So you need to have this. So you will velocity of electron in first Bohr's orbit of hydrogen atom will be 2.18 into 10 power 6 meter per second. And then ಈಗ ನಾನು n1 ಹಾಕೊಂಡೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ Bohr's orbit of hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆದರೆ ಅದು Bohr's orbit ತಗೊಂಡು. ಸೊ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲೂ N1 ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೋರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಿಗೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ನೀವು N ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. N1 ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. So dividing a constant by 1 will not make much difference. The constant will remain the same. So ನೀವು N ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು N1 ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, 2.18 into 10 power 6 by an extra factor add ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will get velocity of electron in other Bohr's orbit of hydrogen atom. Next, similarly, velocity of electron, ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು other hydrogen like atom. Hydrogen ಬಿಟ್ಟು hydrogen like atom ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ then what am I going to get? I am going to get V is equal to 2.18 into 10 power 6 ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತದೋ ಅದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Z will be an extra factor here by U. So this is meter per second there ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. So this is the velocity of electron in hydrogen-like atoms. So this is somewhat an important derivation, somewhat an important expression that you need to remember. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು, ನೋಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೀಲಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೀಲಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದರ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್. ಆಗ ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಹೀಲಿಯಂ ಆಟಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ Z1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Z ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 2. ನಾನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೋರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ N ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 2. N 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. N 2, Z 2 ಆದರೆ Z by N ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು? 1 ಆಯಿತು. What is 1 multiplied by 2.18 into 10 power 6? It is 2.18 into 10 power 6 itself. And therefore, you can say that velocity of electron in second Bohr orbit of helium atom is same as the velocity of electron in first Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom. Simple. ಅದೇ ಥರ if you select lithium atom which is doubly ionized, double ionized ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ helium atom, lithium atom ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ that is a hydrogen like atom. Oh, what is the atomic number for lithium? You all know it is 3. And for third Bohr orbit, N is 3. So Z by N ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 3 by 3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 1 multiplied by 2.18 into 10 power 6 is again 2.18 into 10 power 6. So means to say, velocity of electron in third Bohr orbit of lithium atom is equal to velocity of electron in first Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಥರದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ the orbital velocity of electron in Bohr's orbit